Okay, so in section 6.5, we're talking now about the last two quadrilaterals that we've kind of talked about at the beginning, which is trapezoids and kites. So the first theorem that's here says that the base angles of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent. So an isosceles trapezoid is a trapezoid where the two legs are congruent, so the two non-parallel sides. So if you have a trapezoid where those sides are congruent, it also means that the base angles are congruent. So this angle would be congruent to this one, and the ones at the top would be congruent to each other as well. All right, so the next thing we need to talk about is a kite. Right, so we have a couple theorems here. So the first one is that exactly one pair of opposite angles in a kite are congruent.
Right.
Yep.
Are congruent.
Yep. Right, so remember we have a kite where the two pairs of consecutive sides are congruent. Right, so this is this. So that's a kite, and it says only one pair of opposite angles are congruent. So you can tell fairly easily by looking at the picture that's going to be these two angles here. So those two will be the same, but the other two will not ever be congruent. And then the other theorem that we have about a kite is that the diagonals of a kite are perpendicular. Right, so the diagonals of a kite are perpendicular, so that means that when I go from here to here and from here to here, that these two are, or that those form right angles. And the other thing that happens in a kite is that the diagonal that goes through your non-congruent angles is going to bisect those angles. I know, that's a lot. So that just means this is congruent to this, and this is congruent to this. That's that second theorem in that second box on page 279. Where it says the axis of symmetry bisects the crossbar and the two non-congruent angles of a kite.
Do I need to write that one down?
Yes. I'm going to put it up here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, so again, the axis of symmetry, so like the one that goes vertically through the kite. Meaning it's like symmetric on either side of that. So it bisects the crossbar, which is this piece. So it splits that into two congruent pieces. So like this is congruent to this. And it's going to bisect those angles. So it's going to split this angle into two equal pieces and split this angle down here into two equal pieces as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this section.
Yeah.
Now, just so I know this is a whole lot of stuff for all of these quadrilaterals. I will have a sheet for you guys tomorrow that I'll put all the facts about each one kind of like organized together for you as kind of like a study guide. Huh? No, but you can use it to study for your test. You can use it to study for your test. Test is not going to be this week. I've pushed it to next week. Maybe. We'll see. So,
It's going to be one hard test.
it is going to be a hard test, but we're going to review for it a lot. It's probably going to be like Tuesday. Yes. Yep. Yeah, so I'll have a study guide, or at least part of the first part of the study guide for you guys tomorrow. We'll start reviewing that. I won't be here Friday, but I've left some of the chapter review questions for you guys to do Friday, and then we'll probably come back and review again Monday. We'll either test on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. We'll see how Monday goes. So just know that it will be happening on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, okay?
I'll be here Wednesday.
Okay, well, if you're not here, you'll just make it up when you come back. Or you can take the online version with Dylan if you want on Wednesday. So.
We're all gonna miss you. Yeah. Sorry.
Consecutive means angles that are beside each other.